Right.
Jai Gurudev, good morning, everyone. So we have done chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ji's commentary on the Bhagavad Gita. And yes, as all of us know, that Bhagavad Gita perhaps is the most contradictory scripture. Every chapter seems to contradict the previous one. But the beauty of Gurudev's commentary is the simplicity which he has brought from this knowledge. He has made it so palatable and this knowledge so digestible that it really puts me in wonder every time I hear Gurudev talking about the Bhagavad Gita. The insights which Gurudev has given, those insights make it very easy for us to able to relate this knowledge to our day-to-day practical life, so that spiritual knowledge doesn't remain one compartment and practical life another compartment, as most people do this mistake. In fact, this is a spiritual knowledge which allows us to live in this world, in this material world, in a better way, and even get a glimpse of the world beyond the material. How to apply this knowledge to our professional life, how to apply this knowledge to our family life, how to apply this knowledge for our self-development, how to apply this knowledge for the simple day-to-day activities which we are involved in. That is the beauty of the commentary by Gurudev. So chapter 1, as we know, is Arjun Vishad Yoga, where Arjun was feeling so depressed, so low, so weak. And the way Gurudev has explained how Krishna step by step brought him out of that, it is really a lesson in management and leadership for all the corporate leaders or anyone in leadership positions, as to if any one of your team member is feeling a little low or weak, how to bring them out of it. What is the strategy? What is the skill to bring someone out of their low feeling or feeling of inferiority or feeling weak or helpless? The second chapter, Sankhya Yoga, where the most basic yet the most profound questions of life are triggered. Who am I? What is this life? What is this universe? When was it born? Is it ever going to die? Is there something beyond this body? What is the spirit? And then chapter 3, the Karma Yoga, where Gurudev has, it really still amazes me, the definition of skill that Gurudev has given. Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. Yoga is skill in action. But what is skill? As what we understand normally, skill is doing something more efficiently. But what really is skill? Performing an action with the freedom from feverishness and fear and foolishness. That is skill. Performing an action knowing that there is some aspect in me which is not doing this action. Though my body is doing the action, but there is some aspect in me which is not doing the action. Performing an action without any worry of the result of the action. Though I am doing it to achieve a certain result, but the result does not worry me while performing the action. That is skill. And then Krishna goes on to explain Arjuna as to how to develop that skill. So before tomorrow onwards, we will be continuing with chapter 4 and further. So right now, since we have done 3 chapters, there must be Already Bhagavad Gita is such a confusing text, and Gurudev has so beautifully spoken about how Krishna is actually not trying to convince Arjuna, but he's confusing Arjuna at every step. And Arjuna at every step is asking Krishna, you are confusing me. Please tell me what to do. And Krishna confuses him further. So there would be a lot of questions in your mind. If you have really made a study of this scripture, there would be certain confusions in the mind. That you would have got so many insights through this knowledge. So let us do a discussion here. Any questions in your mind, any confusions, or whatever insights you have, you can share. And we will see how to go deeper into that or how to simplify that further. Yeah. Okay, so let us start with the questions which people have already sent in the last few days, and then we will take a few questions live.
Jai Gurudev Bhaiya.
Yeah.
Okay, we received some questions. The first one is, if we are not doing the preparation, I think this is in context of the example, I'm not cooking the dal. So if we are not doing the preparation, then how will the dal be completed? So
Yeah, correct.
That is the question.
So as the shloka, in the second chapter of the Gita, karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadacham. Right. So where Krishna is telling Arjuna, you have the right over your action, but not over the result of the action. So what is the action? And Gurudev gave a simple example of somebody is cooking dal. So if you are cooking dal, are you cooking the dal or is the dal getting cooked? What are you doing? You are doing the preparation for the dal to get cooked. You are taking the dal, you are taking the water, putting all this in a vessel, putting it on a gas stove. ये सब तैयारी हम कर रहे हैं. अगर ये तैयारी नहीं करेंगे तो रिजल्ट नहीं मिलेगा, डेफिनेटली नहीं मिलेगा. तैयारी तो करनी जरूरी है. और अगर दाल ठीक से नहीं बनती है तो हमें फोकस कहाँ करना है. नॉर्मली क्या होता है, जो भी रिजल्ट आउटकम हमको लाइफ में आते रहते हैं डे टू डे बेसिस और इवन लॉन्ग टर्म आउटकम्स, तो दीज आउटकम्स लीड टू डिसअपॉइंटमेंट. Why? Because we are focusing only on the outcome. ऐसा क्यों हुआ, मेरे साथ ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए था, मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों होता है, why only me? Where should our focus be? What is in our hands? The action is in our hands. That is nothing but the preparation. So next time if I have to make a better dal, then I have to focus on the preparation that I do. That is what is being told in the shloka. You have control over the right of your action. So you do a better action, the better result will come automatically. So that is where we have to focus. That is how we are going to get the solution. Otherwise, the problem will bog us down. Yeah, next.
The next question is, animals live only with instincts and they are free of karma. We humans cannot live by pure instincts because it may create some degeneration in society or chaos. So, or we may be misunderstood. So, can we live by instincts as humans, or were we made to incur this karma?
Yeah. No, definitely. See, living by instincts means you have no choice. So now this choice you can make whether you want to live with choice or without choice. This is a choice that you can make. Okay. So आप खुद डिसाइड कीजिए आपको इंस्टिंक्ट से जीना है, कैसे जीना है. आप इमेजिन करके देखिए. आप see, when you look at an animal, who do you feel is more powerful? You or the animal? Who do you feel has got more freedom? You or the animal? Why is it that humans are able to tame a dog? Has a dog ever tamed a human being? तो आपको क्या करना है? You want to be tamed? आप डिसाइड करो. और अगर आपको as a human जीना है, not as an animal, so then there is a way to live with choice and yet be free from karma. That is what the Bhagavad Gita is explaining. How to be free from karma. In the chapter 3, we got a very big insight on that. While performing the action, observe whether I am in this realization that I am not performing the action. If I'm able to drop that, and while getting any experience, experiencing any outcome, whether it is positive or negative, am I getting attached to the outcome? Right now, my action is I'm eating an ice cream, and the outcome is, oh wow, I'm enjoying it. I'm getting some pleasure out of it, right? So ये realization कि मैं खा रहा हूं, is there something in me which is actually not doing anything? The action is happening through me, and I am performing this action. These are two different things. Similarly, when I'm enjoying the ice cream, I'm experiencing that, taste. So, abhi, is that taste overpowering my mind? Or am I just enjoying it? If this taste, this experience creates a strong impression on my mind, then what's going to happen? Tomorrow, the moment I pass by the ice cream shop, I'm going to get a very strong pull to get into the ice cream shop and buy another ice cream. Why? Because I created a strong impression yesterday. This is karma. Impressions of our experiences is karma. But if an experience, while we are experiencing it, we don't get attached to it, then it doesn't create an impression. That is the way to have the free will also, and yet be free from karma. So of course, it's difficult. It's a practice. And that is why meditation, which allows us to go inside, to withdraw our senses inside. The more our senses are drawn outside, the more we are going to create impressions, and means we are creating karma. The more we withdraw our senses inside, the more we are going to become free from the impressions, and we are going to create less karma, right? So ये choice है हमारे पास.
We have one more question. Sensitive and aware people, Gurudev ne bola ki sensitive and aware people can feel the pains of the world in their own body. Whatever is happening outside, we experience it within us. And we have all felt that also. So then this becomes a big burden. Like, you will we ever be able to experience peace? Because the more sensitive you are, the more pain of others you are experiencing in your own body and mind. So feeling so much pain and anguish and all these environmental changes that occur, how can we cope with that?
Yeah, very nice. Very good question. See, there are many times where somebody points out our mistake and we acknowledge, oh yeah, you are right. ये तो मेरे से गलती हुई. Sometimes we feel hurt because of that somebody pointed out my mistake, and sometimes we feel bad about ourselves. Arey, how did I do this? But sometimes we just acknowledge the mistake and we move on. Similarly, if anything negative happening, either we can go into a disappointment, dejection, depression, hurt, getting victimized because of it, or we can just recognize that this is something negative. I should do something to change it. So when you see some pain in others, either you can get pained because of it, or you can just acknowledge that, yes, there is so much pain and suffering. See the story of Gautam Buddha. When he was not Buddha, when he was the Prince Siddharth Gautam, जब वो एक बार सैर करने निकले, बहुत यंग थे वो, मतलब पहली बार उन्होंने लाइफ में एक बहुत ही बीमार व्यक्ति को देखा. The story is like this कि वो जिस रथ पे बैठे थे, जो सारथी थे रथ के, उनको उन्होंने पूछा कि ये व्यक्ति ऐसा क्यों है. वो सारथी ने बताया कि वो बहुत बीमार है, उसका शरीर बहुत कमजोर हो चुका है, रोगी है, इसीलिए वो बहुत दर्द में है. So that scene just led Buddha to introspect within. So this can happen to me also. This can happen to anybody. This body is so delicate. This body is so vulnerable. So that made him realize that, this body is not everything. There is something beyond this. Then he saw a very old man. Again, he asked the Sarthi, why is this man looking so frail? So the Sarthi said, he's become very old. His body is not performing properly now. Again, that led to introspection to Buddha. He did not become pained seeing that, but that pain in the other person led him to introspect. स्वाध्याय हो गया. ओ, तो मेरा भी यही हाल होगा, हर एक मनुष्य का यही हाल होगा. ये शरीर नश्वर है, ये शरीर बदल रहा है. तो सत्य क्या है? जो बदल नहीं रहा वो क्या है? सत्य को खोजना चाहिए. And then he saw a funeral. They were carrying a dead body. Again he asked the Sarthi, what is this? So when he saw this, in fact, when he saw this for the first time in his life, it led him to so much introspection that he left the kingdom. That was the intelligence. एक ही बार एक funeral को देखा और उनको समझ में आ गया कि ये शरीर का हम इतना बड़ा शरीर को लेके हम जीते रहते हैं, शरीर के सुखों में ही हम पड़े रहते हैं. तो ये नहीं है लाइफ, कुछ और है. क्योंकि शरीर का तो ये हाल होने वाला है, तो बीमार पड़ेगा तो बूढ़ा हो जाएगा और फिर वो खत्म हो जाएगा. Life is something else, and that is why he became a Buddha. So when we look at the pain of others, being sensitive is good, but then it should lead us to introspect, and it should make us ask this question, so then what is that where I should focus? Because the world is full of suffering. Is the world which I see the only world, or is the world which I do not see the real world? And if I can get access to that world, then I can go beyond the suffering. And if I can educate others to do the same, then I can help them go beyond the suffering. And that is what, enlightened masters like Gurudev, Sri Ravi Shankar ji are doing. They are taking our focus beyond the world. You be in the world completely, be successful in the world completely, and yet also have this in the mind that there is something beyond this world. What modern scientists call, the unseen matter or the dark matter or dark energy, which the modern scientists today say that less than 3% of the universe is the one which we see with our eyes or which we recognize with our senses. And more than 97% of the universe is the unseen universe. This is exactly what our rishis thousands of years ago said, and they called it the Shiva Tattva, the unseen universe as the Shiv Tattva. And they gave similar numbers. तो वही है, उसी को खोजना है. इसीलिए जब हम बोलते हैं ओम असतो मा सद्गमय, तो इस प्रेयर का मीनिंग क्या है? कि जो सत्य नहीं है, जिसमें मेरा मन अटका हुआ है, उससे मेरी बुद्धि को हटाकर जो सत्य है उस पे केंद्रित करो. ये ईश्वर को हम प्रार्थना करते हैं. तो जब भी हमारी बुद्धि जो सत्य है, जो कभी बदलता नहीं है, जो अदृश्य है, वो ऐसी शक्ति है जो दिखाई नहीं देती लेकिन जिससे सारी दुनिया चलती है, उस पर हम ज्यादा फोकस होते जाएंगे. एंड इट इज अ प्रोसेस. So then we will realize that life is not just what I see, and that is why the suffering which I see is at one level. At another level, it is something else. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhaiya. That really clarifies, because we all feel that ye suffering dekh ke everything affects the body, and if it affects our body, then our thoughts and minds. But this is a really nice way to feel sensitive and yet not take it on the body. So
Yeah, absolutely. And exactly, this is the knowledge which Krishna gives to Arjuna in chapter 2, when he tells in the Samkhya Yoga, when he tells Arjuna that the body can be destroyed, but the spirit cannot be destroyed. So you think you're killing them, you're not killing anybody. You can only destroy the body with your arrows. You cannot destroy anybody's spirit with the arrows. So nobody is going to die. And this gave so much relief to Arjuna. Okay, wow. So I'm not going to kill anyone. Then I can fight. Of course, it did not end there. Still, Arjuna had so many questions. And then all those, when Krishna clarified, so finally Arjuna became ready for the war. But at every stage, Krishna gave him this realization. ठीक है, तुम नहीं मार रहे किसी को, don't worry. तो ये है, because see, हम शरीर से इतना attached हैं. We have heard from Gurudev that there are 7 levels of existence: body, breath, mind, intellect, memory, ego, and the spirit, the soul or the self. So body is just one level of our existence. Mind, intellect, memory, ego, self, which is also called consciousness, that doesn't die. That is eternal. शरीर छूट जाएगा, लेकिन बाकी जो हमारी चेतना है वो तो रहेगी, और फिर उस चेतना को फिर एक नया शरीर चाहिए. So Gurudev says, no, life is just visiting the wardrobe again and again. You go to your wardrobe, take a garment and wear it. So it's changing the outfit. Death is nothing but changing the outfit. You just change your clothes. So body is the garment. लेकिन हम बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस बॉडी को देते हैं. सी, कोई बहुत दुखी हो जाता है तो उसको मन क्या करता है? सुसाइड करो. मीन्स क्या? उसको शरीर खत्म करना है. वो ये नहीं समझ रहा कि ये शरीर खत्म करके ये जो दुखी मन है ये दुखी रहेगा. That is why suicide is so dangerous. Gurudev had once explained this so beautifully. He said, when you are committing suicide, what are you actually doing? You are destroying the body. देखो, जब तुम फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो, तुम दुखी हो, तो तुम शरीर के द्वारा अपने दुख और फ्रस्ट्रेशन को व्यक्त कर सकते हो. You can, put your hand on your head like this, कि ये क्या हो रहा है. लेकिन just imagine, or you can, throw some pillows somewhere, or you can go and shout loudly. But just imagine the same frustration, and now there is no body to express it. This is a bigger frustration. शरीर ही नहीं है उस फ्रस्ट्रेशन को व्यक्त करने के लिए. न तुम रो सकते हो, न तुम चिल्ला सकते हो, न तुम अपना सर दीवार पे पटक सकते हो, न तुम किसी और का सर पटक सकते हो, न तुम कोई चीजें उठा के फेंक सकते हो. तुम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. यू आर जस्ट एक्सपीरियंसिंग द फ्रस्ट्रेशन एंड यू कैन नॉट एक्सप्रेस इट एट ऑल. देखो, हम 2 मिनट भी किसी दोस्त के साथ अपना प्रॉब्लम शेयर करते हैं, हमको कितना हल्का लगता है. ये सबने अनुभव किया है कि नहीं? लगता है ना हल्का. या कोई दोस्त हमारे साथ कुछ शेयर करता है, उसका कोई दुख, तो उसको कितना हल्का लगता है अगर हम उसको बोलने का मौका देते हैं, हम सुनते हैं, राइट? बट जस्ट इमेजिन, अभी तुम दुखी हो, तुम फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो, और ना तुम्हारे पास मुंह है बोलने के लिए, ना तुम्हारे पास हाथ पैर है कुछ फ्रस्ट्रेशन एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए, न आंखें हैं रोने के लिए, तो तुम कितने और फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाओगे. So when a person commits suicide out of misery or frustration or anger or guilt or whatever kind of an emotion, the consciousness is still going to look for another body. And typically then when such a person gets the next birth, they are born with a deformed body. They are born with already an illness. So in fact, suicide is inviting a bigger danger for your mind as well as for the body. So by destroying the body, you actually did nothing good for yourself. In fact, you got into an even worse hell. It's just moving from one suffering to a bigger suffering. So never ever, अगर ये विचार किसी के मन में आता भी है, immediately just shoo it off. Do not give it any nourishment whatsoever. It is a much bigger suffering. ये बहुत बड़ा illusion है कि मुझे मेरे दुख से मुक्ति मिल जाएगी। दुख से मुक्ति नहीं मिलने वाली, तुम एक बड़े दुख में और जाने वाले हो। तो ये जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है ना, तो किसी की मौत होती है तो हमको लगता है अरे बेचारा मर गया। नहीं मरा, कोई नहीं मरता। इनफैक्ट प्रमोशन हो गया, अब नया शरीर मिलेगा। मतलब अभी कोई नए कपड़े, तुम्हारा कोई फ्रेंड आता है, कोई नया शॉपिंग किया है, वो नए कपड़े खरीद के पहन के आता है, तो तुम उसकी तारीफ करते हो ना, तुम बोलते हो अरे वाह क्या मस्त लग रहे हो। तो डेथ इज नथिंग बट द पर्सन हैज नाउ गॉन शॉपिंग एंड इज गोइंग टू कम विद अ मच न्यूअर ड्रेस. So it's a celebration. Gurudev has given this talk. Death is a celebration. In one of the talks, Gurudev has given this talk. Death is a celebration. So we'll understand this only if we understand that death is only destroying the first level of our existence, the body, but not our life. What about good habits that we form because of impressions? So stick to the habit, not to the impression. Once you know that a habit is good for you, why do you need an impression to stick to the habit? Right? You do it out of commitment, not out of an impression. Gurudev said, free from fear, feverishness and foolishness. I can't understand about foolishness. अरे ये तो हर एक के पास अनगिनत उदाहरण है फूलिशनेस के हमारे डे टू डे लाइफ में से। थोड़ा सा ऑब्जर्व करो, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कितनी सारी फूलिश हरकतें तो हम करते रहते हैं, है ना। जस्ट ऑब्जर्व अ लिटिल बिट एंड यू विल गेट इट. See, there are so many people who are so stressed, and you tell them, why don't you meditate? Why don't you do some pranayam? What do they say? Many people take it, of course, and many people say, I don't need any pranayam to handle my stress. I can handle my stress. This is foolishness. There are people who have learned Sudarshan Kriya and they say, I do Sudarshan Kriya every day, but last 15 days it was very tough time in my office, so I didn't get time to do Sudarshan Kriya. This is foolishness. Because it was a tough time, I made it a point not to miss my Sudarshan Kriya. This is intelligence, isn't it? So everybody has a lot of examples of foolishness in their life. Okay, anyone has any other questions? You can type in the chat. In chapter 3, Gurudev spoke about, well, when Krishna tells Arjuna, what is intelligence? What is brilliance? Seeing action in inaction and inaction in action. This is something we really need to ponder upon. Seeing action in inaction and inaction in action. तो जितना हम मनन करेंगे ना इसके ऊपर, इसको बार बार ऑब्जर्व करेंगे, what is action in inaction? Can I really experience this in my life? And what is inaction in action? जितना हम ऑब्जर्व करेंगे उतना हमको पता चलते जाएगा. Oh yes, now I'm getting it. So it is a practice. It will take some time to observe and find out. I have seen through experiences that whether we are there or not, life moves on. Yes. We think we are taking care, but that looks like an illusion. Then why so much effort? What is the purpose? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. You're so right. Life moves on. किसी के ऊपर कोई डिपेंडेंट नहीं है ना. वो गुरुदेव ने एक स्टोरी बताई थी लिजर्ड्स की, छिपकली. 2 छिपकलियां एक दीवार पे थी और एक छिपकली थोड़ी सी आगे चल के गई, तो दूसरी छिपकली ने उसको रोका. अरे रुक रुक रुक, कहाँ जा रही? तो बोली अरे मैं बोर हो गई, मैं कहीं और जा रही हूँ. तो वो पहली छिपकली बोलती, अरे हम लोग इस दीवार को छोड़ के जाएंगे तो ये दीवार को पकड़ के कौन रखेगा? So the lizard thinks it is holding the ball. The wall is holding the lizard. So many times this is what we do in our life. We think, देखो मेरे वजह से ये चल रहा है, मेरे वजह से ये हो रहा है, मेरे वजह से इसकी जिंदगी चल रही है. It's like the lizard who thinks it is holding the wall, but it's not like that. Yeah, but then your question is so true. Then why so much effort? What is the purpose? Okay, if you don't put the effort, so tell me, what will you do? So will you get up in the morning or you will not get up in the morning? Because waking up is also effort. So you will sleep, and then what you will do? You will not wake up. What will you do? You will keep lying down. You will automatically wake up. नींद तो पूरी हो जाएगी ना कभी 8 घंटे सोगे, 12 घंटे सोगे, 24 घंटे सोगे, 2 दिन सोगे, कितना सोगे? फिर उठोगे और क्या करोगे? बैठे बैठे रहोगे? कुछ तो करोगे ही ना. You can't but put effort. You can't but put effort. And then automatically when you're putting effort, you will think, then why not do it better? You have no choice. You can't but put effort. And it is, see, the nature of life is to evolve. The body has been given to us for a purpose, for the evolution of our consciousness. So automatically you will put effort through your body so that your consciousness gets more and more refined. Ye automatic hoga, and that is evolution. Is life a journey of self from the self to the self? Please explain. Yes, life is a journey of the self from the covered self to uncover the self. That way it is more appropriate. There is a veil, ye dhak gaya hai. Our spirit is covered, we have forgotten it. So it's a journey of the self using the other 6 levels of our existence, using the body, breath, mind, intellect, memory, ego. It is the journey of the self from the covered self to the uncovered self, to unveil the self. संगत बहुत affect करती है sometimes, but that time कैसे मन को संभाले. हाँ, जैसे वो एक कहावत नहीं है, इस कान से सुनो, इस कान से छोड़ दो. एग्जैक्टली वैसे है ना. किसी की संगत आपको दिख रहा है कि उसका कुछ नकारात्मक असर हो रहा है, तो आप वो देख लो, हाँ ये नेगेटिव है, ये मुझे नहीं रखना है, उसको छोड़ दो. When somebody came to Gautam Buddha and gave him few abuses, उनको गालियां दी, तो गौतम बुद्धा ने उनको पूछा, अगर आप मुझे गिफ्ट दोगे और मैं नहीं लूंगा तो वो गिफ्ट किसका है? तो उस व्यक्ति ने बोला मेरा है. तो गौतम बुद्धा ने बोला ठीक है, फिर आपकी गालियां मैं नहीं ले रहा. तो वैसा ही है, नकारात्मकता आप ले क्यों रहे? आप देख रहे हो ना ये कुछ नकारात्मक आ रहा है, आप उसको लो ही नहीं. उसके लिए अवेयरनेस चाहिए. हमारे साथ अक्सर मन के साथ क्या हो जाता है, मन उस नकारात्मकता में फंस जाता है और ये पता नहीं चलता, और फिर हम नकारात्मक हो जाते हैं. तो ये सजगता कैसे आएगी? गुड क्वालिटी ऑफ मेडिटेशन डन ट्वाइस डेली, एवरी डे. इससे ये सजगता आएगी. एंड देन यू विल बी एबल टू just recognize the negativity and just move away. See, if somebody throws a stone at you, what will you do? You will just move, right? So that the stone doesn't hit you. Same way. But if you are not aware that someone is throwing a stone at you, the stone is coming towards you, then you will not move away, the stone will hit you. If someone finds mistakes with you, how do I deal with that person, although I am hurt? See, first of all, you need to question yourself, why are you feeling hurt? First, you focus on that. Forget about dealing with that person. You deal with your hurt first. Always deal with your mind first. पहले मनस्थिति को बचाओ, फिर परिस्थिति को बचाओ. मनस्थिति को बचाओगे तो परिस्थिति को बचा सकोगे. मनस्थिति को नहीं संभालोगे तो परिस्थिति को भी नहीं संभाल पाओगे. Save your mind first, then the situation. I'm still doing mistakes even when on this path. No control on reactions and responses. It feels like I'm not improving spiritually. What to do? Ask yourself, when you started on the path of sadhana, how you were and how you are today. Definitely there is a difference. Yes, you are making mistakes. Now you are more aware of your mistakes. That is the difference. अभी आप ज्यादा सजग हो चुके हो. पहले आपको सजगता है, पहले भी ज्यादा गलतियां करते थे, लेकिन तभी आप अवेयर नहीं थे. अब अवेयरनेस बढ़ गया है और अभी आपकी मिस्टेक्स आपको पिंच कर रही है. This in fact is progress. Earlier your mistakes were not giving you a pinch. We had taught the Art of Living program to a group of a few politicians, and then they were practicing the Sudarshan Kriya every day. तो 6 महीने के बाद जब मैं उनको मिलने गया ना, for their follow up to make them do Sudarshan Kriya again, तो मैंने उनको पूछा अभी क्या बदला है आपकी लाइफ. तो एक पॉलिटिशियन था, उसने कहा कि काफी कुछ बदला है. वो बोले ऐसा नहीं है कि अभी हम करप्शन करते नहीं है, लेकिन अब ना चुभता है. पहले एकदम बिंदास करते थे, अब थोड़ा चुभने लगा है. This is progress. This is progress. Yeah. What is the psychology of that person? No. You shift your focus to yourself first. Forget about that person. You shift your focus to yourself. How to handle humiliation or injustice? Humiliation. What is humiliation? What is humiliation? Your ego getting crushed is humiliation. I tell you, it's such a big blessing. Today, again and again, Gautam Buddha is coming in the conversation. What did Gautam Buddha do to his extremely intelligent and financially rich disciples? Because when somebody is very rich or somebody is very intelligent and very learned, then naturally the ego is also very high. What did he do to them? He told them to shave off their heads, just wear a single cloth, take a begging bowl and go and beg. क्या हुआ उस वजह से? ईगो क्रश हुआ. ईगो जब क्रश होता है तो ही प्रोग्रेस होता है, स्पिरिचुअल प्रोग्रेस होता है लाइफ में. सो अगर ह्यूमिलिएशन हो रहा है तो your spiritual progress can become faster. Observe what is happening inside. How to handle injustice. Life is full of injustice. You cannot correct everything. You cannot fix the world. Yes, हम अपनी तरफ से एफर्ट डाल सकते हैं कि injustice ना हो, but we have to understand the world is full of plus and minus. There are asuras. There are negative elements. Thousands and thousands, lakhs of cases are pending in the courts of the country, all over the world. They are not getting justice. People are not getting justice. In fact, the judiciary is said to be one of the very corrupt institutions in the country. Life is not fair. Life is not fair. फोकस है ना भीतर रखना. बाहर चीजों को करेक्ट करने से बेटर है कि हम अंदर जो सही नहीं है उसको करेक्ट करें. To keep awareness, acceptance of me is the first step. Yes. You can start with anything. You can start with acceptance. You can start with just taking a commitment to be happy, come what may. You can start that I'll keep my peace, I'll keep my cool. एक तत्व अभ्यास कहते हैं ना, एक तत्व अभ्यास. जैसे कुर्सी के 4 पैर हैं, आप एक पैर पकड़ के खींचो, पूरी कुर्सी आ ही जाती है ना. तो कोई भी एक पैर पकड़ो, कोई भी एक सूत्र लेके आगे बढ़ो. Okay, last question we'll take now and then we'll close. How to keep non-doership while doing? Yeah, that is what the practice is, na? Having doership is better if I feel it's on me to get the job done. करो, आपके experiments आप करो, है ना? Just किसी scripture में लिखा है या किसी महात्मा ने कोई चीज कही है इसीलिए आप वो करो, ये जरूरी नहीं है. आप आपके experiments करो. आप डूअरशिप रखते हुए कोई काम करके देखो और बगैर डूअरशिप कोई काम करके देखो एंड सी व्हाट हैपेंस, है ना. एंड कीप डूइंग इट मल्टीपल टाइम्स, कीप डूइंग इट मल्टीपल टाइम्स करके फिर देखना क्या होता है. 1 or 2 experiments may not give you a sufficient conclusive evidence to come to an inference. So पुनः, है ना. Okay. Yes. Okay, that's it. So for the viewers watching us on YouTube, have a nice Sunday, and we will do more such sessions. If you want, you can put any questions in the comments on YouTube, and we will take it up in the next session. And for people who are in Zoom, those who want to wait, so Rohan, you can switch off